Hey everybody, Chris here, 4 Directions Bushcraft. Finally made it out to the woods today. Feels good. It's a little humid, but not too bad. Anyway, I'm gonna uncover our clay pots and containers. Hopefully they made it. I've been just making or playing around with making some rough clay pottery and just messing around with different clay and seeing what works. I've been having some luck, but other times not so good luck. If you look at my last video, I made a clay cooking plate that ended up breaking. But we'll see how it goes. Let's see if this stuff made it. I fired it for 4 to 5 hours, or yeah, 4 to 5 hours. I couldn't do it any longer because I had to take off, but we'll see if it made it. I think I need to start firing this like an all-day thing. But from what I've seen online and stuff, I think they fire it a little longer than 4 to 5 hours, but hopefully some of this made it. Let's see. Alright, so it looks like we have one right here. Looks promising. So it looks like this one made it. This was, all these my daughter made, and it's tinged a lot. It rained out here on these, but I would call that a success. Awesome. You could hold water in that, eat from that. That's a container naturally found from the clay down in the creek right down here. So that's awesome. That's a success right there. Now this is the same clay that I made my Native American earth bowl out of, and I don't think I fired that long enough. These were fired longer than that, and my earth bowl, it was a success. It leaked a lot of water though, so I'm gonna have to repair it for the third time. But look, check that out. That's a success. Awesome. My daughter's gonna be very happy about that. So, here's another one. A little saucer. Now also we dried these out longer too. And that was, I think, the key deciding factor as well. We dried these out for 48 hours before we fired them. Not one of them broke. Look at this. That's awesome. So this is successful. Now, I made this one right here. Oh, and it just broke. Shit. Oh well. And the top broke off of this. So we had 2 break. This is what I wanted to have. Yeah, it didn't fire at all, and I bet you know why is because I had it up against the dirt. I had it leaning up against the dirt, and I bet you it didn't get hot enough. I need to leave these in the middle. Look, it just crumbled. I can keep this though and make, I probably shouldn't, but oh well, it's frustrating. That part got hard enough. That one stayed. Bowl. Perfect. See, that didn't get hot enough. So all of this needs to be in the middle of the fire pit. These two were on the edges, and look, they didn't get hard enough. They didn't even fire. I mean, that you could hold a candle in that though. Put that on your shelter and hold a candle in there, or put some animal fat in there and make a candle. So that's not a total waste, but anyway, nice. Awesome. Really happy with this clay pottery. So overall, I think we had some success with this. Now, we didn't filter any of this. We didn't let it sit and soak in water and then filter it or wrap it in cloth and hang it to dry. We didn't do any of that. All we did was went down to the creek, dug it out of the bank like you saw in my last video, and formed it up, let it dry for 48 hours. I think that's the key as well, letting this dry 100% before you put it in a fire. And then setting this all in the middle of your fire pit. Don't lean them up against the side of the walls or anything, because obviously they got to get to that temperature where they stay together in fire. So these are probably a success. Now, these aren't going to be perfect. You know, this is all very, very primitive. This is, you know, not waiting either. You know, like in a survival situation, I want a container, you know, and I want a container as fast as I can. Now, is that container going to last forever? No, but I want to be able to have a container, go down to the creek, scoop some water out of it, and at least have some water in that container, or be able to boil from this container as quickly as possible. Now, it's not going to last, obviously. This is probably going to break down quicker than the clay that you normally, you know, going to buy from the store, obviously, or the clay that you're going to process for 4 or 5 days before you use it. I want clay where you can just use. So, in a survival situation, survival fire hardening clay, you can have this. I could have made this in, you know, if I was stuck out here or whatever, I could have made this in just a day. I could have had this done in a day and then be drinking from it the next day. So that's what I'm talking about. That's what I like, and that's what I want this clay to be. That's what I want to know I can come out and do. So anyway, thanks for staying tuned for this process, and thanks for your views, your comments, and as always, of course, your support. And you guys have fun out there, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys.